About ready to get going with the first wrestling duel of 2014-2015. Alongside Dave Omdahl, I'm Darren Swenson from Union High School here in LaPorte City. A new season and exciting time of the year, Coach Omdahl.
Yeah, it's good to get it started again. It's something to look forward to.
And this Decorah team, a lot of new faces in the lineup, a lot of places a lot of people to replace in this lineup, but a lot of opportunities for young people here early on in the season.
Yeah, there's some kids that wrestled JV before now have their shot up at varsity, and we'll see how they do. It's nice, really nice to see all 14 weights full from 106 all the way to 285, and that can sometimes make a difference. Also good to see the JV. I think looking down the lineup here, they're open 7, 82, 95, and 32, but otherwise 285, I guess. Otherwise pretty full.
And the Decorah captains out in the center of the mat meeting with the Union captains. Decorah captains Carter Zidlicki, Joe Kanoki, and Alec Felschel. Felschel, the lone returning state qualifier for Decorah. And really, from a schedule perspective, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire for Decorah facing Union in their first competition here in 2014-2015.
Yeah, there's a couple ways you can look at that. Sometimes, as a coach's standpoint, you'd like to maybe start off just a little bit easier, but teams are up and down. I've seen a couple of years ago we come down here and thumped them pretty good, and down to Vinton, I guess, that time. So, gives you a chance to see where you're at and where you got to go, what you got to work on.
And Union is ranked number 2 in the first poll of the season from the predicament. They have 6 ranked wrestlers, including a couple of state champions from a year ago. Max Thompson at 145, trying to become the 24th wrestler in Iowa history to become a 4-timer this year, as well as Jacob Holschlag at 170 pounds. And 132 is where we will start out. It'll be senior Tyler Hansen for Union LaPorte City against Miles Wilkie for Decorah. And the varsity will wrestle off to our left, and the JV will wrestle off to our right. We're about ready to get things underway. Good to be back in the gymnasium and on the wrestling mat tonight. If you go to KDECradio.net, you can have all sorts of schedules, information, everything like that about our wrestling coverage plans for 2014-2015. Miles Wilkie entering the mat right now against Tyler Hansen, and we're about ready to get things underway, and here we go. Hansen right in on the ankle, getting the leg up into the air, and he gets a takedown on Wilkie to take a 2-0 lead 10 seconds in.
Hansen was in deep on that leg, lifted it up, and then followed Wilkie to the mat. Right now he's trying to tie up the left arm.
Tyler Hansen, the senior. Wilkie, the junior for Decorah.
Hansen has him pretty well broke down, flat on his belly. Wilkie comes back to his knees. Back down to his belly.
Wilkie getting the start tonight at 132. Hansen trying to put the head in the shoulder. They wrestle towards the side of the mat.
Looks like Hansen's trying to work on a cradle now. Coming out to the side. He's got a tilt now. He's got the ball and chain tilt. And pulls him back a couple times, but doesn't get a count yet.
55 seconds to wrestle here in the period. Hansen got a takedown 10 seconds in and still leads it by a 2-0 margin. Miles trying to get back to his base, but Hansen breaks him back down again.
Now Wilkie got his hand loose, but now Hansen comes up over the top of the head, and now he's got getting back points.
33 seconds left here in the period. 3 back points have been awarded thus far. And the 3 are awarded as the hold is given up by Hansen. It's 5-0 lead for Hansen with 16 seconds left here in the period. We're starting here at 1:32 tonight. Decorah taking on second-ranked Union LaPorte City here in this first duel, and the Decorah Vikings will take on the Vinton-Shellsburg Vikings in the second duel tonight. Hansen out over the head.
Comes out over the head with an arm bar, and he'll have 2 more.
As the period comes to a close, and Hansen leads it by a 7-0 margin. It'll be a Union's choice. They will defer, and Miles Wilkie Looks over towards Coach Friedoff, and he will go top here to start the second period.
Yeah.
The old Dave Omdahl theory of, you know what, you spend enough time on the bottom.
Yeah,
right?
he wasn't doing very well down there, so we just will try something new here.
I'm spelling that O-L-D-E. Here's a turn and a face as Hansen, quick off the whistle, gets the escape. Makes it 8-0. Hansen directly in on that leg and trips him up.
He tried to really, that was our Wilkie tried to trip there, but he got himself all extended, and he really wasn't in good position at all, and he fell to the mat, and Hansen just came up on top of him. Now Hansen's got a cradle, and he's got him over on his back.
1:35 left as Hansen has Wilkie in a ton of trouble here. It's going to be at least 13-0 if he doesn't finish it here.
Wilkie's trying to put on a pretty good bridge, and it looks like his inside shoulder is still up. Hansen's got to get a knee in the side and work him away a little bit. But hey, Wilkie's putting up a pretty good fight here.
1:15 left here in the period.
Didn't see any effort at hand control when that cradle came in. Now he's got all he can do to try and bridge and keep his shoulder off the mat. Now he got some hand control and come back to his base. Broke the cradle.
13-0 the score as the cradle was broke. Hansen still with Wilkie broken down. Wilkie able to get the arms free to this point.
45 seconds left. Hansen still riding tough on top. Now he's getting an arm bar, getting a wing in again.
35 seconds left here in the period. A 13-0 lead for Hansen, the senior, against Miles Wilkie. One of his first varsity chances in his career.
Now he's got a wing and a far wrist. And all he's got to do is come up around the head. 26 seconds left to do it. Now he comes over the head, steps over. That puts Wilkie on his back. Not there. Now he gets a count. Got a 2 count, 3. He's got
at least the tech, and there
he's got the 3.
And this one should be over. Yep. 6 seconds left here in the second period after the 2 near fall points. Tyler Hansen with a technical fall in 3:54 over Miles Wilkie. And Hansen gives Union a 5-0 lead here at 1:32. At 1:38, Tom Kanoki, a freshman, will take on a ranked wrestler, one of 6 for the night, Colton Dietrich, a senior. So a freshman-senior matchup to welcome Tom Kanoki to varsity wrestling. 5-0 the lead for Union LaPorte City as Tyler Hansen gets the technical fall in 3:54. Dietrich in immediately on the leg.
Head inside single, dumps him back to the mat, down for 2.
Dietrich with a 2-0 lead, 15 seconds into this one, and Dietrich going right to work.
Now he's got the ball and chain, got the leg, got the arm through it. Now he gives up the ball and chain. He's got a cross arm ride now, controlling above the elbow. Now he goes into a half and a crotch.
30 seconds in, Dietrich, 10th ranked wrestler here at 1:38. One of 6 ranked wrestlers for Union coming in. Of course, rankings on December the 2nd. That and 75 cents don't even buy a daily paper anymore.
No, they're pretty speculative at this point, or else they're based on last year's performance. Now he's trying to stack him. Got the arm bar, got the wing in. Goes to a wing and a far wrist. Tries to get around the head.
1 minute left here in the period. A 2-0 lead for Colton Dietrich. They're at 1:38. We started at 1:32. Tyler Hansen with the tech fall for Union on Miles Wilkie of Decorah. So Union leading at 5-0. Dietrich still leading here 2-0 as they wrestle on the side of the mat with 40 seconds left here in the period.
Dietrich has really had the arms tied up. Tom is getting this, letting him have his arms just a little bit too easy. He's got to work those out, but he's put up a pretty good fight.
Senior and a freshman, Kanoki and Dietrich. This basically, if you look at this Decorah roster, it's mainly juniors and freshmen. Only 4 seniors on this Decorah roster, and only 4 sophomores on this Decorah roster as well. A caution on Dietrich on the restart with 29 seconds left here in the period.
I only see 1 sophomore there.
Well, there's 4 overall on the squad.
No, yeah.
I'm talking JV. Overall there.
Overall,
yep.
Yeah. Only 1 in the lineup.
Yep.
And again,
so the Norwegian math working for both of us.
Well.
7 seconds left in the period as Dietrich trying to tie up the arms, and now he's getting back points.
You got to wing in a wrist. Wing and a wrist went around the head, and he made it work for a fall.
So a minute 52 fall for Colton Dietrich, and an 11-0 lead for Union LaPorte City as Dietrich gets the fall on Tom Kanoki. Let's move up to 145. Isaiah Mitchell, the sophomore for Decorah, and Max Thompson, who is trying to become the 24th wrestler in Decorah, or in
Iowa history,
I should say, to become a 4-time state champion. Thompson ranked 5th in the nation at this weight class according to Intermat. He has a career record of 145-1. Thompson immediately gets the takedown as Isaiah Mitchell tries to wheelbarrow his way out of it. Thompson able to cover him on the side of the mat. 10 seconds in, a 2-0 lead for Max Thompson.
He just slipped in with a head inside single and downhill from there. He tied up a far wrist and then brought Mitchell over to his back for a tilt for probably 2. Yep, 2.
2 near fall for Max Thompson, make it a 4-0 advantage.
Now he's out to the side. He's got a wrist trying to put it up on Mitchell's back. He's got it on his back now, and he's tilted him again for another, looks like maybe a 5 count this time, and he's got 3. So
37 seconds in, it's 4-0 lead at least.
And he got the fall off the tilt.
41-second fall for Max Thompson, the 3-time defending state champion. And Thompson gives Union a 17-0 lead as we move up to 152 pounds. Cole Christopher for Decorah, a junior, and Byron Sells, a junior, for Union LaPorte City. So far it's been Tyler Hansen over Miles Wilkie by a tech fall at 132. Colton Dietrich a fall on Tom Kanoki at 138. And Max Thompson, the 3-time defending state champion, he gets a fall on Isaiah Mitchell at 145. And it's 17-0 Union LaPorte City as we're 12 seconds in. A little bit of a tie work there by Sills, but nothing came of it. Forehead-to-forehead ties, and now Christopher in on a shot, which is off to a double.
Christopher's made a couple of shots at Fireman's Carry. It's been nice to see Decorah get after a little bit here. He went from a Fireman's Carry to that double. But,
Christopher reaching for the shot out of the front headlock. They wrestle on the side of the mat, and they go out of bounds with 35 seconds gone here in the first period. No score between Christopher and Sells here at 152. 17-0 the lead for Union, 3 matches in. Forehead-to-forehead tie. Christopher reaching once again out of that front head.
And we're going ear to ear here instead of forehead to forehead, and you telegraph everything that happens to the other guy. So while he makes his reaches and stuff, he doesn't get any penetration. Sells can feel everything he's got coming.
1 minute done here in the period. A 0-0 match here at 152 pounds. Sells in on a single.
And Sells took his hips with him and got in really deep. They go out of bounds, and we're fortunate there.
Sells had his 2 feet out of bounds before he made the cover, and that's why the whistle was blown by the official. 52 seconds left here in the first period. No score between Christopher and Sells here at 152. Union LaPorte City leading the duel by a 17-0 margin. Christopher able to whiz her out of a shot from Sells. Both men back to their feet. Ear-to-ear tie with both men. 33 seconds left in the period, and now they break away.
And we still got we're still working with the old high school rule here. As long as the supporting points of one wrestler have to be inside the on the white or the red, and that wasn't the case.
15 seconds left here in the period.
Shot inside, but we're not taking our hips with her. We don't have the hands locked around the legs yet. Looking for a double. We're coming up with it.
5 seconds left here in the period. They're off to the side of the mat. They go out of bounds with 1.8 seconds left here in the period. And it's 0-0 between Sells and Christopher. Both men have had some chances here.
Now,
some blood time for Union.
Even though it's nothing, we've had some pretty good action. And I'd say Christopher's taken most of the shots, so he's just got to get the hips with him and get some penetration, get some depth. And
it's one of those deals, as you and I talked about on the way down here tonight. Obviously, Decorah is an underdog, and it was going to be tough to to overly compete from a team perspective here, but that doesn't mean you can't go out there and compete.
No, that's right, and I'll give Christopher credit. It's a little tough to come out here as the fourth wrestler to hit the mat, and we've been blown away at 32, 38, 45. Of course, here again, we've got guys like Max Thompson there going for his fourth state title, and started Miles Wilkie at 32, and then Tom Kanoki is just a freshman, and Isaiah Mitchell is just a sophomore that had some mixed results last year. So this is actually right here as far as Cole Christopher goes as a junior in the state tournament. But he was junior and had some pretty good success last year. Probably the first wrestler we've got on the mat with
Alec Felschul, the lone returning state qualifier for Decorah. He'll be up next at 162. He'll take on the second-ranked kid in the state, and Trevor McLaughlin for Union at LaPorte City. So the blood all taken care of, and they're back to the center. They restart. The period comes to a close. It's 0-0, and it will be Union's choice.
Our choice.
No, Decorah's choice. They will defer, and Union will take down to start the second period. As Sells will start in the down position. Christopher will cover here at 152. 17-0 Union leads the duel. We're at 152. And we started at 132. Tyler Hansen, a technical fall over Miles Wilkie at 132. Colton Dietrich, a fall on Tom Kanoki at 138. And Max Thompson, a fall on Isaiah Mitchell at 145.
Sells doing a great job of coming to his feet. First time they went down, Christopher did a great job of putting him down on his side. Second time they come up, he put Christopher back down on his feet. And so now Christopher trying to Sells trying to work hand control.
They go out of bounds. 1:37 left here in the second period. No score yet. And as they went out of bounds, Christopher had that grip on a little too long without improving his position, so he got warned for stalling. Here's Sells turning and facing the Christopher going with him. Sells now with a headlock on Christopher as they work the side of the mat. Christopher reaching for that leg with 1:25 left here in the second period. Sells able to get free and to his feet, and there's the escape as Sells takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that stalling call there is patently ridiculous. The rule book only says that man stands up. You've got to make every effort. You got to make an effort to take him to the mat, and that's what Christopher was doing. Sells was just doing a great job of staying on his feet, and you shouldn't penalize the kid for that. But that's just some referees.
And now we're going to go two mats here on this varsity end of things as Alec Felschul at 160 pounds will be on the mat to our right. He will take on the second-seeded or the second-ranked Trevor McLaughlin.
And Christopher just got a takedown on the edge of the mat to make it 2-1. Sells come back to his feet. He's got good hand control, and he spins out for one to make the match 2-2.
So Sells and Christopher 2-2, and now Felschul and McLaughlin will go off to our right here, and you can look at that mat. I'll look at this one. Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's the way we'll work. I really don't like this, but we're a long ways from home, and the night gets late.
Exactly.
So I'm sure we got a lot of kids to wrestle, so that's all we have to do.
12 seconds in with McLaughlin and Felschul scoreless. Alec Felschul's done a lot of wrestling here in the offseason, has placed pretty high on some open tournament as McLaughlin in on the ankle of Felschul. Turns and covers and gets the takedown, so it's 2-0 lead for Trevor McLaughlin, the senior. Alec Felschul trying to sit out here.
Nice attempt at a double leg by Christopher, but again, he didn't carry his hips in, and we're going to end up at the end of the second period 2-2.
So Felschul able to get out against McLaughlin. It's a 2-1 lead now, and at 12 left here in the period. McLaughlin in on a leg of Felschul. Felschul trying to counter.
Christopher goes down to start the third period. Score tied 2-2. Oh boy, no move off the whistle there. He just hunkered down. That's something LaPorte City has not been doing, is hunker down. They move. LaPorte City comes out to the front, and Christopher's out for one.
And a potentially dangerous call between McLaughlin and Felschul as the ankle gets turned a little too funny off of a hold by McLaughlin. We have 47 seconds left in the first period over there, and it's a 2-1 lead for McLaughlin.
I don't know, Christopher's kind of out in front on a headlock, a very poor position, and Sells dropped in on a leg now, and he's got Christopher's leg, but he's twisting the ankle, and so it have a bad position there for the knee, so for Christopher. So we're going back up again. Score 3-2. Decorah leading. Christopher leading Sells.
1:22 left in the third period there. We're down to 16 seconds left during the period. McLaughlin reaching for the shot, getting to the knee of Felshul. Alec trying to counter. 8 seconds left here in the period. Alec able to get to his feet, escape that grip.
We had a deep head outside single there by Sells in on Christopher. Christopher kind of caught flat-footed. He tried to go around the belly and roll him through, but Sells got the 2 points, so he now leads 4-3 with 49 seconds to go.
And we go to the second period over on mat number 1, the one to our right. McLaughlin leads 2-1 on Felshul to start the second period. McLaughlin stakes down to start that second period. Two matches going at one time, and McLaughlin easily out within 5 seconds to take a 3-1 lead, and he's right in on the leg of Felshul.
Now Christopher has turned into Sells.
Alec able to get out. Alec able to get around the hips of McLaughlin. Both men able to break the ties and back to their feet with 1:33 left here in the second period.
We've got 8 seconds left, and Christopher's got to turn and it looks like he's trying to hang on the leg like he tried to get a reversal, but we don't need a reversal right now. We just need one. We just need one, and we're not going to get it, and it's going to end up 4-3 Sells.
So Byron Sells with the win at 152 to make it 20-0 Union. McLaughlin at 160 leading Alec Felshul by a count of 3-1. Christopher did get the first takedown of the night for Decorah, and here is Alec Felshul on the side of the mat getting a takedown with a minute left here in the second period. Felshul ends up tying it up with McLaughlin right here by a 3-3 margin as 170 starts on your mat, Dave.
Yeah, it does, and we've got Luke Dixon against Holschlag from Alex Holschlag, or Jacob Holschlag rather, from LaPorte City, defending state champ. So
48-1 a year ago.
Yeah, Luke will have his work cut out for him.
And McLaughlin with a takedown there. Felshul back to his feet. It's 5-4 McLaughlin with 45 seconds left here in the period.
Holschlag in on the legs quickly for 2 points. These guys are really good with that head inside single. They come in after that leg and they carry their hips with them. I don't think I've seen that shot fail them all night. Now he's
McLaughlin with a hold on Felshul. Felshul still has the leg of McLaughlin, but not able to keep that grip, and McLaughlin able to get the takedown now. And it's 7-4 McLaughlin with 15 seconds left in the second period. That's at 160. Two matches going on at once, so
Holschlag working on top. Just leading 2-0. He's trying to get some arms tied up. Luke doing a pretty good job keeping his arms away. Now Holschlag's got the wing in.
And the second period comes to a close at 160. It's 7-4 McLaughlin.
Now Holschlag jumps over and puts Luke on his back. Got the arm tied up behind him. A lot of weight out over the head. A lot of weight out over the head. Now he comes into a half. Got to lift the arm up a little bit better. I'm surprised state champ didn't lift that arm up a little farther, but he did far enough and he got the fall.
That fall happens in 3:30 to make it 26-0. The McLaughlin Felshul match is 7-4 McLaughlin, second-ranked kid at 160. Alec Felshul is the only ranked kid for Decorah. He is ranked number 9 at 160 at this weight class. McLaughlin had the elbow locked and the arm out over the head, and the arm got bent at the funny angle, so it's a potentially dangerous with 1:35 left here in the period. It is McLaughlin still leading by a 7-4 margin.
Here at 182, we've got Will Ryder, a junior, against Andy Lillegraven, a freshman.
That's a good wrestling name in these parts. Ryder?
Yeah. If they're not here, they're at LaPorte at Don Bosco.
I know.
But
same geographic area.
Yeah, same area.
26-0 Decorah trailing the duel right now as McLaughlin leads Fellsville, and Alex started down and has not been able to get off the bottom here.
And he was just caught in a fireman's carry, and when Ryder hit it, he took him all the way to, he kept the tricep, took him all the way to his back, so he got 2 near fall off of that. I moved up into a half Nelson on his knees.
McLaughlin has Fellsville on his back, has at least 3 back points here with 59 seconds left in the period. It's going to be at least a 10-4 lead. McLaughlin has the arm, is out over the head with the legs, has the arms tied up along the back. Alec able to get out of the hold now, and the grip is loosened, so a 3-point move for McLaughlin on the near fall end of things. It's 10-4 McLaughlin at 160 with 35 seconds left here in the period.
Score here on the red mats, 4-0. Will Ryder over Andy Lilligrave. And Andy's doing a pretty good job there for a freshman coming in, keeping his head up, trying to keep his arms free. Ryder has him extended on the mat now, looking for a crossface. Riding pretty parallel now, but again, now we need a nice set. Got to set and a turn, come back to our feet, and we're out of bounds.
10-4 McLaughlin. McLaughlin continuing to wrestle hard up by that 6-point margin. 3 seconds left here in the period, and it's a 10-4 win for.
Nice move off the whistle for Andy Lilligrave, and come to his feet. Ryder locks in behind him, and he turns. He go out of bounds there on his back. He only get no back points here, but Ryder was still on the mat, but they're out now. And had to get his hips out away from him a little bit when he turns. But great job, great move off the whistle for Andy.
And here at 195, the matchup will be Austin Keck, a junior for Decorah, and Tanner Shirk, a senior for Union LaPorte City. 29-0 Union LaPorte City with the advantage. The matches to this point, in case you're just joining us, at 132, Tyler Hansen of Union with a tech fall on Miles Wilkie of Decorah. At 138, Colton Dietrich with a fall on Tom Kanoki of Decorah. 145, Max Thompson, a fall on Isaiah Mitchell, and immediately to his back is Austin Keck, a Shirk out over the head. 20 seconds in, Shirk showing some fight, got away from the initial grip, and now Shirk out over the head once again, has Keck on his back. Plenty of time to do something with here with 29 seconds into the period.
Here on the red mat, the first period ended 4-0 to Will Ryder over Andy Lilligrave, but Andy's been showing some pretty good fight on the bottom. Now we'll get to see what he can do on top as Will Ryder chooses down. And Ryder goes to stand up. We slip the hands in the crotch. Ryder went to a sit, and then he's up on his feet and takes a 5-0 lead.
And Shirk finishes up the 5-point move as Keck able to belly out of it. It's 5-0 Shirk with 49 seconds left at 195 pounds for Union LaPorte City. We got 2 matches going on at once here in this duel. Glad you're with us tonight on Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot by Andy Lilligrave. He got in deep, but he left his elbows out, and Ryder got underneath an elbow and just cow catcher threw him to his back, and that's where he's at right now. But he's trying to get an arm through there. Now he gets it out, and they go out of bounds. So he's going to give up a 3-point takedown. They make it 10-0 right now.
8 seconds left on 195 in the first period. Shirk got a 5-point move off the initial whistle. Still leads at 5-0 on Austin Keck of Decorah. We're continuing our recap. The closest match of the night was at 152. Byron Sells, a 4-3 victory on Cole Christopher of Decorah. At 160, Trevor McLaughlin with a 10-4 win on Alec Fellsville of Decorah. And at 170, Jacob Holzflog, a defending state champion, with a fall in 330 on Luke Dixon. We got 182 and 195 on the mat right now. A 5-0 lead for Tanner Shirk of Union, and he chooses down to start the second period against Austin Keck.
We're in the second period, 54 seconds left over here. Andy Lilligrave against Will Ryder. Andy's done a pretty good job. He's down 10-0, but I tell you, he's moved on the whistle. He's got to his feet very quickly. Right now he's extended, and there goes a crossface by Ryder, and I think he's coming up around the head. Yeah, he's got a barbed wire in there, and he's got his arms pretty well tied up, scoring back points. And come back to feet. And he gets his 3, though. It's 13-0. I still like Andy's fight out there. He moves on the whistle, keeps his head up pretty good, gets back to his base. And he's just shown like now he got his head down just a little bit, and Ryder come out to the side, put the half in, took him to his back. And he's got his hips up, making an attempt at a bridge.
And Shirk just got the fall at 195 on Austin kick. That makes it 35-0 Union. Will Ryder and Andy Lilligrave and
they just finished the match. It's 16-0 Tech fall right at the end of the second period. There at the end, just made one mistake, dropped his head, but he fought hard for the match, and I was quite impressed with him. So far, I think I'm as impressed with that freshman Andy Lilligrave as I've been with anybody.
2:20 on the mat to our right, Carter Zidlicki, the senior, and he's got a tough customer with Jace Hadachek. And Hadachek's going to be one of those guys that perhaps needs to step it up a bit for Union to make some noise on the state level. Union ranked number 2 on the state level this year, and they finished 5th at the traditional state tournament a year ago. And to win those dual team and to win those traditional state tournament, you just need that balance throughout the lineup. You need a lot of people to step up and contribute in good spots, and Jace is one of those guys that Union's going to be counting on to get that this year. He's got Carter's leg up in the air at 220 pounds. Hasn't been able to do anything with it. That leg has been up in the air for quite some time. If the stall was called consistently like it should have been earlier, that should have been a stall as well. As you're underway at 285, Dave.
Yeah, we are. We got Cole Headington against Michael Aronson. Aronson, a sophomore, Headington, a junior. Both boys looked about the same size. Maybe Aronson might be just a little bit bigger here. Both of them year to year pushing back and forth.
.53 seconds left in the period here at 2:20. First period, Jace Hadachek, the senior. His dad's the football coach down here at Union LaPorte City.
Now they're
and here's Carter out over the head, gets a reversal, has Hadachek on his back. Carter's got Hadachek on his back.
Got to lift that head a little bit more. He got
and there's the fall. First win for Decorah right there. As Carter Zidlicki with the win on Jace Hadachek, getting the fall in a minute 22, and Decorah finally on the board. It's 35-6.
That's nice to see. Hadachek also a senior.
A junior, John Hellman.
We've got little blood. We got little blood time over here. Aronson's got a little blood on the forehead, so we're cleaning that up on this mat.
All right, let's go to 106. Philip Eady for Decorah, and John Hellman, a junior for Union LaPorte City. It is 35-6 the score. As Philip Eady, as Hellman immediately got in on a shot. Eady able to get the hips back for the moment. Hellman steps over. Eady still trying to wrangle out of it, and Eady able to get the takedown. So it's a 2-0 lead as Eady had the leg and control around the head that time, trying to step over. And now a reversal here for Hellman, and it's a 2-2 match. So 2-2 between Eady and Hellman at the little guys at 106.
We're still 0-0 with Headington and Aronson. Headington made a shot and got his head down and stopped, and Aronson moved around behind him. Now he's trying to get an arm up on the back. Headington's pretty flat now. He gets back to his base, but now back down on his belly again. Aronson got a lot of hip pressure in now, trying to get up, work the arms, trying to get an arm behind the back. So far, he's got a half in now. He's moving out to the side. Now he's got the head down, the half in, moved out to the side. Headington went to his back now. The referee's counting back points, and he got the fall. Only 5.9 seconds, 5 seconds left on the clock in the first period, and Cole Headington is pinned by Michael Aronson.
And it's 2-2 between Hellman and Edie at this point at 1:06 in the mat to our right.
And at 113, we have Derek Holschlag out against Joe Knoke.
Derek, ranked number 5 as a sophomore. He was on the podium a year ago as well. As they go out of bounds, still 2-2 between Edie and Hellman at 1:06. And Joe Knoke, I'd venture to say, of the wrestlers in our area, probably one of the better kids that didn't get to Des Moines last year.
Yeah, he lost a tough match in districts, really a tough match, and finished third, one spot out. Holschlag makes a shot. Joe gets his legs back, and they go out of bounds.
And Hellman up to his feet, trying to get Edie back down to the mat, but wasn't able to do it with 33 seconds left in the first period. Hellman and Edie are still 2-2 at 1:06, 113 on the red mat right now. In fact, I think this is actually the second period, and Hellman started on top.
Holschlag's in on a leg. We've come over the top, grabbed Holschlag's ankles, so we're holding on the ankles. Holschlag is trying to come up between the legs. We've still got that ankle. We need to hold on to it for dear. Not while we let go of the ankle, and Holschlag turns up on top. It's 2-0. Holschlag over Knoke.
Hellman still riding out Edie with a minute left, or with a second left, and the period comes to a close. It's 2-2, and we are at the end of the first period. Edie, a kid, is one of those rarities that will have no trouble making 1:06.
Looks like for maybe quite a while.
An undersized 6-pounder, if there's is such a thing.
Right now on the red mat here, we've got Derek Holschlag leading 2-0 over Joe Knoke. Joe did a good job of trying to come up, but Holschlag locked it around the waist, took him back to the mat. It's got him extended now down on the mat, trying to work an arm bar.
Edie starts down in the second period, and
Joe comes back to his knees, turns into him. He's turned into Holschlag, got his arm wrapped around the leg. They're out kind of head-to-head now, but Holschlag still got the advantage. Now they come to their feet, and Joe gets the 1-point escape, so it's 2-1 with 14 seconds left in the first period. 2-1, Derek Holschlag.
Some back points awarded to Hellman of Union LaPorte City. He gets 2 near fall points to make it a 4-2 lead on Philip Edie. Edie continuing to be on the bottom here as Hellman works off to the side. Philip trying to get to his base.
We had a little flurry of action right at the edge of the mat here. Holschlag was in on a single, but Joe reacted nicely. He stepped out of bounds and went out of bounds with just a second or so left. Come back in. Now it's Holschlag's choice. He chooses down for the start of the second period. Score 2-1.
Edie able to get to his feet, and Hellman knocks him back down to the mat at 1:06. So Hellman still with the 4-2 lead on Philip Edie, and Hellman was riding parallel and not looking to improve, and a good stall call, or a stall warning I should say, by the referee on the side of the mat. So 46-6 the score in the duel. It is Hellman leading Philip Edie at 1:06, 4-2, and more points at 113 for Derek Holschlag. He now leads by a 4-1 margin.
Now Joe put the leg in to start, but he didn't put a lot of pressure. Just kind of rode up on top there with the leg, got an arm hanging over, and Holschlag basically just pulled him over his head. And he got the reversal. Now he got an arm tied up, and he's tilted him to his back for 2-point back points. So we've got the score 6-1. Derek Holschlag over Joe Knoke.
And here is stepping into the peek through position is Hellman on the other edge of the mat. 26 seconds left in the period. Hellman leading by a 4-2 margin.
Joe down, didn't get his arms free. Holschlag using a cross arm ride. Come back to the mat. Still got the arm tied up. Now he's going to use that cross arm ride to work a tilt. And I think it's a couple 1 counts. That's all. Out. Joe rolls through, comes out in front of him, but Holzschlag still got the legs locked up. And Joe comes out, gets his one for the escape, makes it 6-2, and they go out of bounds, both up.
And the second period comes to a close at 1:06. It is a lead of Hellman, 4-2 on Philip Eady. As we go to the third period, Hellman will choose down to start the third period. Eady chose down to start the second, and Hellman able to get 2 near fall points. He has 2 reversal and 2 near fall. Eady with the lone takedown in this match.
Joe made a shot there, but he didn't clear his arms. Now Holzschlag again on a shot, and they go out of bounds. Joe did a nice job out of bounds there of turning that shot into a fireman's carry, but no points scored, so it's still 6-2, both on their feet. Neutral position, second period, 16 seconds left.
And 4-2, the lead remains for Hellman as they go out of bounds with 1:36 left at 1:06 in the mat off to our right. The lone win for Decorah is Carter Zidlicki. Zidlicki with a fall at 2:20.
Holzschlag just in on a nice double leg and finished that up with about 2 seconds left in the end of the period. They go up 8-2. Hate to lose those takedowns like that right at the edge of the mat. Joe Kanoki going down, behind by 6 points, 8-2. Holzschlag covers. Pretty good move off the whistle, but didn't seem to be really a lot of power into it, and he tried to stand up there, and Holzschlag takes him back to the mat. Now he's got the arms. Joe's got to do a lot of work on keeping those arms free. It's pretty hard to wrestle when that guy's got one or both arms behind your back, and that's happens too much to us.
Hellman with the escape to make it 5-2 on Eady with a minute left in the third period.
Now Holzschlag's got Joe down flat on his belly with one arm behind the back, and he's looking to try and get maybe a half in on the other side, and he's cranking it, but he's got to get out to the side or get a leg. Now he's out to the side over the head.
Hellman keeps pushing it on Eady. Eady
Joe
turns
turns
the front headlock in, but Hellman keeps his motion going.
Yeah, another 3 back here for Holzschlag. Next score 11-2.
And a stalemate called here at 1:06 as Hellman leads at 5-2 with 29 seconds left here in the third period.
Now Holzschlag just kind of brought Joe back. Got a couple back points there, but now he moved up into a half.
Here is Eady with a cradle and a takedown to make it 5-4 with 8 seconds left here in the period. He tried to clear some space and let him go, but wisely Hellman just didn't go away. 2 seconds left in the period as they go back to the center. It is a 5-4 lead for Hellman. As Eady might be injured on the side of the mat as Holzschlag finishes the win, a major decision, 11-2.
No, he got the fall. There was 22 seconds left in the match when he got the fall. He put that half in and buried it, just kept out, come over the head and buried it pretty long way, really deep. So
52-6 the score as Holzschlag gets the victory, and the 1:06 match is now done as Philip Eady loses 5-2, and that makes it 55-6. So we're down to our final 2 matches at 120 pounds. Carter Hubka with an early takedown on Josh Lorenko, a freshman for Union LaPorte City. And
we've got Devin Stortz in with a takedown against Ryan Alberts.
That's Carter there.
No.
Here's Devin over here.
Okay.
I was stealing your thunder there for a second.
You were talking over me. Okay.
My bad. So we got Devin Stortz and Ryan Albertson at 126 in the mat to our right. Carter Hubka off to an early 2-0 lead, as Dave was talking about, over Josh Lorenko, a junior freshman matchup here, and Carter's wrestled enough that he should take care of business here.
Yeah, he's got the get in, got the takedown. Now he's on top. He's got Lorenko starts to try and sit out, but we're controlling the arm in a tight waist. Lorenko still on his base. We're right behind him trying to break him down.
In on a leg is Albertson, the senior, against Devin Stortz. Devin countering it pretty well right now, and Devin actually Going to get rewarded the takedown as he gets the leg in.
Yeah, we've got Carter Hubkus putting the leg in. Got the legs in, got the arms up over the head, but we got the legs in good, but we got both legs in, and really he didn't have any place to turn him. Now he's got an arm up on the back.
Albertson with a reversal to make it 2-2 at 26. Devin able to get back to his feet, turns and faces, gets the escape to make it 3-2. We have 35 seconds left in the first period at 126.
Carter's working him pretty hard. They had up around the head. He was trying to throw him to his back there, but Laranenko moved back down. He's back down on his belly now. Carter's doing a good job of getting an arm up on the back. Now we're coming around the head, and we got a Farmers on there, Hassman on him, and we turned him right to his back. And we got 2 back, and period's over. Make it 4-0.
And over here at 126, Storts gets another takedown to make it 5-2. 13 seconds left here in the first period.
Here we got a situation where Laranenko deferred. We took down. I'm not sure why with a 4-0 lead, and we were just hammering him on top. I'd like to stay on top and continue to hammer him, but now we're on the bottom, and Laranenko's got a tight waist, pulls Carter over on his hip. Carter makes a switch, turns into him. Laranenko still has control. Can't now because he's fighting off his back. Carter's kind of hooked up a false cradle here, and gonna drive it into him. Now he's got a leg hooked, and the cradle broke, but he's up over where he should be. And he's got up over half Nelson there, reversed. And now took him right to his back, chest to chest. Laranenko was trying to bridge out of it, but he's flat and he's pinned.
Nice win for Carter Hupka, second of the night for the Vikings, getting the fall in 141 there to make it 55-12, and we're down to our final match of this duel. Devin Storts with 5-2 lead here in the second period on Ryan Albertson.
And his legs in, but he's again not a lot of leg pressure. Oh, now it looks like he's dangerously close to a figure 4, which would be illegal, technical, or illegal, actually an illegal hold.
So 55-12 the score in the duel. Storts leading 5-2, and now he gives up his second reversal on Albertson to make it a 5-4 match with 1:10 left in the second period.
He must have realized that he couldn't lock up that figure 4, and then he lost the scissors and gave up the 2.
Now Albertson has Storts extended. I believe we got a JV match going on there on the mat to our left here. 40 seconds left here in the period as Albertson has Storts extended. Now he's moving off to the side, trying to cradle him up on the far side. He's able to do it. Now Albertson has Storts on his back with 28 seconds left.
He's got the cradle locked up good
in the period. 22 seconds left here in the second period as Storts able to get out of that hold. 3 back points awarded for Albertson, and Albertson takes a 7-5 lead. 10 seconds left here in the second period. Working off to the side is Albertson, and Albertson will take a 7-5 lead to the third period. Storts led 5-2 heading into that period, and Storts will have the choice. He will go neutral to start the third.
We get the takedown in this match?
Decorah's had 2, yes.
Yeah, we'll need another one, or 2. Fun. Storts working out. Albertson working. We're trying to work a shot, but we've got it blocked. Now we've got a front headlock. Let's see if we can do anything with that front headlock. We're back to our feet. Both boys are back to our feet. Ear-to-ear tie. Albertson tries the fireman's carry. They go out of bounds.
55-12 the dual score right now. The 2 wins for Decorah. Carter Hupka fall at 120, and Carter Zidlicki a fall at 220.
And right here, Storts in on a head inside single. Comes in across, grabs the far ankle, got his head stuck underneath though right now. Now he comes out and he gets the 2 points, ties the match up 7-7 with minute 15 left.
Storch gets his third takedown of the match. That is the most takedowns that a Decorah wrestler has had in a match tonight.
He's come back out head-to-head now, and that makes it 8-7 in favor of Albertson. But
Albertson reaches for the shot. Storch able to counter it. He reaches for the shot again. Now has control of the head, but doesn't keep that grip. They go off to the side of the mat right now.
He's got a whizzer, and Storch is trying to climb that whizzer, which is a no-no. And luckily they go out of bounds.
They have 45 seconds left in the period. Ryan Albertson here at 126, the final match of this duel. He leads Devin Storch by an 8-7 margin. A 5-point move in the second period has made the difference to this point. Here's Devin, nice double.
He's in. He got his head between the head caught in between the legs, but he's still got one leg tied up. Now he reaches over, tries to hook the leg. He's got to keep moving, improve his position. He can't just sit there. He's going to get caught on his eye. He's coming back to his knees now. Albertson is out in front of him, trying to block. Storch still has one knee, but he doesn't have anything locked up.
9 seconds left in the period.
He's got to score.
A stalemate is called with 5 seconds left in the period.
And they go up. Now it's a matter of who wants it the worst.
Devin Storch has 3 takedowns. He's
shot from too far away, but he keeps driving. He's driving, going after it. And he got out of position, and Albertson stepped over, but he was out of time, so it ends up 8-7 Albertson.
All right, and that ends this first duel of the night. An 8-7 win for Albertson, and that will give Union LaPorte City a 58-12 win for Decorah. We'll take a brief time out and recap this one and get you set for the Vikings coming up. Decorah and Vinton-Shellsburg, and that's coming up here in a few minutes on Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC. Welcome back to Union LaPorte City High School. The second-ranked team in Class 2A, the Union LaPorte City Knights, with 58-12 win on Decorah in the first duel tonight. Coming up here in about 5 minutes or so, it'll be Decorah and Vinton-Shellsburg. The recap of that duel started at 1:32. Tyler Hansen with a 15-0 tech fall and 3:54 over Miles Wilkie of Decorah. At 1:38, it was Colton Dietrich with fall in a minute 52 over Tom Kanoki of Decorah. At 1:45, Max Thompson trying to be a four-timer this year. He wins by a fall in 41 seconds over Isaiah Mitchell of Decorah. At 1:52, Byron Sills of Union with a 4-3 win over Cole Christopher of Decorah. 160, Trevor McLaughlin in a ranked matchup. The second-ranked McLaughlin beat the 10th-ranked Alex Belschul of Decorah by a 10-4 margin. At 170, Jacob Holschlag with fall in 3:30 over Luke Dixon of Decorah. Also at 182, it was Will Ryder with a tech fall in 4 minutes, 16-0 over Andy Lillegraven of Decorah. 195, Tanner Skirk with fall in 2:59 over Austin Keck of Decorah. 220, Carter Zidlicki with fall in a minute 22 for Decorah over Jace Hadachek, one of the nicer wins of the night for Decorah. 1-2 they got. 285, Michael Aronson with a fall in a minute 55 over Cole Headington of Decorah. At 106, it was John Hillman of Union with a 5-2 win over Philip Eady of Decorah. At 113, it was Derek Holschlag with a fall in 5:32 over Joe Kanoki of Decorah. At 120, Decorah got their second win. Carter Hubka with fall in a minute 41 over Josh Lorenko. And at 126, it was Ryan Albertson with an 8-7 win over Devin Storch of Decorah. So Union takes the first duel 58-12. Vinton-Shellsburg coming up next. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson and Dave Omdahl from LaPorte City here this evening. What'd you take away from that first duel, Coach?
Well, LaPorte City's pretty well balanced. They've got some really, really tough kids, obviously. But the rest of the lineup is pretty solid. Obviously some holes, maybe at 220, although I think Carter did a real nice job in getting the fall. And of course at 120 there. Lauren Enkel was just a freshman, and Carter Hubka handled him pretty well and went out and got a fall. But other than that, they're pretty sturdy.
How much of it, from a Decorah perspective, is facing a pretty darn good lineup? How much of it is stuff that you need to get that the Decorah kids need to get to at this point in the season?
Well, they've got a lot of work to do. I think some of our kids were a little bit intimidated. I hate to see that. Some of the kids didn't move very fast off the whistle. Just sat down there waiting to see what LaPorte City do, I guess, and when that happens, you usually find out. I was pretty impressed by Andy Lillegraven, just a freshman, but and he did get hammered 16 to nothing, but he moved on the whistle, and he fought hard, and he was still fighting hard right up until the third period there, real late in the third period, when of course he got his head down and got to his back again. He gave up the last points for the tech fall, but I was very impressed with him coming in there as a freshman, and I'm sure Will Ryder's a good wrestler.
And 58-12 the final score in that match. It'll be Decorah and Vinton-Shellsburg. Obviously the matchup's a little better for Decorah on this end of things. I know it's tough to ask a question like this at this point, this early in the season, but what would your individual by individual and overall team message be heading into this second duel here in LaPorte City tonight?
And that last one is behind us. Now suck it up and get out there and wrestle tough. That's just what I'd tell them. But these are guys we can get.
You worked with Roger Williams for quite some time.
You better believe it. And put this one behind us. We'll work on our mistakes when we get back in the room. But suck it up and get this one, because these guys aren't the same level of competition, and it's up to us to make them look bad.
And you look at the overall schedule, not an easy week to start for Decorah, because here you got Union LaPorte City tonight, and that duel is over with. Got Caledonia coming to town for the home opener on Thursday night, and then granted it's only a 6-team tournament down at West Delaware on Saturday, but when two of those teams are West Delaware and Davenport Assumption, it's a good tournament.
Yeah. I know very well that West Delaware will be tough. I had wrestled them long before we moved to Independent, or moved to Decorah down to Independence, and whenever you wrestled West Delaware, better hang on, because they're going to put it to you if they can. So we know they'll be good. Assumption, of course, we know they'll be good.
And I know one of the things, just for the wrestling fans that will be going down to that one, since it is a 6-team tournament, I kind of like what they're doing down there. They're just making it a round-robin tournament. You're going to face everybody within your weight class as compared to bracketing the tournament. So instead of maybe a guy getting 2 to 3 matches in a day, everyone's going to get 5 matches. And I think at this point in the season, that's probably the way to do it, right, Dave?
Oh yeah. Goodness sakes, you want these kids to get matches in, and 5 is the most you can get in a day. And who knows, some of them may well be forfeits, so that'd get you down to maybe 3 or maybe 4 maybe instead of 5. But hey, that's not like there's many matches. Come to wrestle. That's what you practice for.
Well, and I know they usually do a pretty good job down there at West Delaware. When there are holes, they find some of the West Delaware JV kids to
they could well do that. So you could probably get 5 matches all day long. That's good.
So we will be starting this Decorah Vinton duel at 138, since we started the first one at 132.
And Vinton-Shellsburg, Nick Highland.
Okay, so it'll be Tom Kanoki for Decorah and Nick Highland for Vinton-Shellsburg. So Kanoki and Highland to start this duel. Kanoki lost to Colton Dietrich, the number 10 ranked kid in Class 2A in the first duel of the night, and we'll see how the freshman Tom Kanoki responds here. We
made a shot, but we had our arms way out, and while we did get a leg, Highland come around behind us now, got us broke down. Highland's got a tight crossface, moves it right into a cradle, puts us on our back, and we gave up there. We gave up that cradle easy.
24 seconds into the period. Tom still on his back here. Highland is one of the better football players for Vinton-Shellsburg this fall.
Yeah, they don't have the grades down here, so it's hard to tell, but he looks like an upperclassman and pretty well-built young man.
Tom has been able to avoid getting the fall here with 1:15 left in the period. As Tom able to get back to his belly, the hold is still in place, and now the hold given up, so the 3 points awarded. Highland with a 5-0 lead on Tom Kanoki.
Tom came to his feet, but Highland brings him right down to the mat. When he brings him down to the mat, he keeps good wrist control. Now he's trying to get under the arm, head, and the armpit, and now he's got lost it. Comes back up, controls the wrist, and they come back off the edge of the mat.
44 seconds left in the period. A 5-point move for Highland off the get-go has given him a 5-0, or by Highland, I should say, off the get-go, has given him a lead of 5-0 on Tom Kanoki. Kanoki was quick off the whistle, but hit good hip pressure there from Highland.
Quick off the whistle, but he jumped forward and got himself extended, and so now he's down on his belly. It was a quick move, but it wasn't a move that would get him anywhere.
29 seconds left here in the period. Highland with the lead of 5-0, getting the 5-point move, but wasn't able to finish off Kanoki on the initial move of the night.
Now he's looking for that crossface cradle again, and now he's got it locked up and brings it back to his back. I'm going to have to work on a little hand control there.
5 seconds left in the period. The buzzer might be the only thing to save Tom in this situation. And exactly that is going to be the case as an 8-0 lead for Highland as we go to the second period.
He had his shoulder on top of Highland's shoulder, so hard to get the fall that way.
So it'll be Highland's choice. He will go down after Decorah defers.
Which again doesn't make any sense. He's up 8-0. Why would you go underneath somebody? I can never figure that out. And he's back. He's all right up to his feet.
Maybe that's why.
Well, they go back to the mat, and he hits the switch, and he's up on top now, 10-0. Now he didn't have any trouble getting out from underneath. That's not the point. But the point is, your head 8-0 and beating the crap out of the guy from the top position. Just stay up on top and continue it. Now he's got an arm up behind the back, and Tom is stretched out pretty good. And now Tom tries to come to his knees, gets his arm free. Highland riding parallel. I wouldn't criticize him, but now he goes out to the side. I said just leave him parallel. It's better for us. Now he's out to the side, getting an arm out. The arm is up on the back. A lot of pressure on. Trying to make something out of it.
55 seconds left here in the period. 10-0 lead for Highland, who hit the switch and got the reversal to start things here in the second period after starting in the down position.
Now he's got the other arm. Highland's got Tom's other arm up on the back. And he's out perpendicular to him. Tom comes to his feet. We're still keeping the hammer lock left up, and the hammer lock starts to slide a little bit too high, and the referee calls it potentially dangerous before it gets up there where it's illegal.
Hey, we're going to have two varsity mats going on right now as Isaiah Mitchell at 145 is going to be off to our right, and Court Johnson going to be his opponent. So Dave and I will try to not talk over each other here. So Court Johnson in on a single leg with Mitchell. Mitchell trying to counter, stop the momentum by getting some pressure around the hips. Got the hand through the crotch area. Court Johnson has been unable to finish the move.
We started the second period with Tom down, and Highland has got him stretched out again, and looks like he's looking for a ball and chain. Lets that go. He's got the arm up on. Got Tom's right arm up on top of his back.
Johnson has been unable to finish the move to this point, and now he finally does. As Mitchell got back to his feet, but Johnson able to hit the takedown to make it 2-0 with 1:18 left here in the period.
And we're over here. 3 seconds left. Time's up. It's in the second period. Score 10-0. And it'll be Joe's choice. And he looks over at Coach Friedoff, and Friedoff says, "Hey, where do you want to go?" Going neutral. Going neutral. Bill down. Yeah, I've been down under him long enough. couldn't hold him that last period, so we'll try it again on our feet.
Johnson still with the 2-0 lead with 52 seconds left in the period on Isaiah Mitchell in the match to our right. Decorah lost to Union earlier tonight by a 58-12 margin. The two wins were Carter Zidlicki and Carter Hubka, both by fall.
Little snap down there, and Highland tries to go around behind, but now he's got it. Stepped over the leg. He's got Tom kind of up in his lap, trying to pull a tilt here. Now he's tilting him to his back, and the referee's counting back points.
No matter what, that one's going to be over there.
Yeah. Got the 3. Makes it 15-0.
52 pounds. 44, a junior, Cole Christopher.
Isaiah Mitchell hit for a stall warning on the bottom against Johnson. Johnson still leads 2-0 at the end of the first period.
On the red mat here, we'll have Michael Neal from Vinton-Shellsburg against Cole Christopher, Decorah. Christopher lost a close match, 4-3 last time against LaPorte. Goes out against kid, looks like got a pretty good build. Here, Michael Neal. Let's see what he can do.
Neutral start to the second period between Mitchell and Johnson. A Johnson 2-0 lead. Johnson in on the double, switches off to the side and gets the takedown of Mitchell to make it a 4-0 lead.
Christopher makes a shot too far away. Neal come into a headlock and spun around behind from the front headlock, and he leads 2-0 over Cole Christopher.
Johnson with the 4-0 lead on Mitchell at 145. Mitchell lost earlier tonight to Max Thompson, going to be a 4-timer, or at least attempting to be a 4-timer this year for Union LaPorte City.
Neal attempted to tilt Christopher. Christopher rolled on through to get out of that without any back points, so still 2-0 here. Cole Christopher against Michael Neal. Neal cuts him loose, go to their feet, and so Neal had 2-1. 152 pounds.
Now Johnson getting back points on Isaiah Mitchell with 55 seconds left here in the period.
We made kind of a reach-in after a leg, but we didn't carry our hips behind us. It was just simply a reach-in, and we tapped the leg, but it doesn't get you 2 points. Now, front headlock and a spin.
3 back points awarded to Johnson at 7-0, 40 seconds left in the second period at 145.
Neal did the same thing he did the first period, spun around behind for the takedown. We're not very active on our knees. We get on our knees, and then they're stuck to the mat, and we just don't turn with the guy. Neal on top, trying to get the arms. Got a wing on the left side. We get our arms winged up behind us way too easy too. We got to keep our own arms. Neal clear out to the side. Now comes around to the front. Scott blocking Cole's head with his knee. Now he's comes out the side with a half in. Period ends 4-1. Neal over Cole Christopher.
And the second period done at 145 pounds. It is Johnson leading Mitchell by a 7-0 margin. Isaiah trailing 7-0. It'll be a neutral start to the third period there. Johnson again being the more aggressive wrestler to this point, getting another takedown, and now he's reached major decision level as it's 9-0.
Neal chose down. Start the second period. Christopher stood up. We turned in, grabbed a leg, and took him down for reversal. So it's 6-1 now. Neal pushes Christopher out of bounds. 6-2 right now. 1:41
left here in the third period as Mitchell again in the down position. They're trailing by a 9-0 margin.
Neal shoots from too far away, comes back up, hits a headlock. Got the points.
Isaiah, go ahead, Dave.
Got Christopher in the headlock. He's going to give up the headlock, and Christopher comes back, but he's gave up 3. Now they're back to their base. Neal on top. Lets Christopher go. Christopher turns in, tries to make a shot at the leg, but he just shoots, takes the leg and stops. Comes up and escapes. Neal just drives him back down to the mat, makes score 12-3.
Isaiah getting to the legs of Court Johnson right now, but Johnson has been able to counter it to this point. Isaiah has not been able to improve his position with 45 seconds left in the period. It's a 9-0 lead for Court Johnson of Vinton-Shellsburg. And now Isaiah able to get the takedown finally to make it 9-2.
We back on our feet until Neil just snapped Christopher down. His feet like they're in a bucket of cement, and took him down to make the score 15-4. Now he's going to cut Christopher loose. He has no fear of him on his feet at all. Trip didn't work. Christopher faced him. Neil pretty aggressive at trying to move him around.
Stalemate called between Johnson and Mitchell. 7 seconds left in the third period. Johnson leading by a 9-2 margin.
Nice fireman's by Neil on the edge of the mat and took him to his back. He's got the 3 for the near fall. That'll be a tech fall, but he's going to try to hold him on his back. Oh, did a nice job of coming reversing the half, coming to the other side, and he's got the half all locked up tight. He gets the fall with no time left.
And Johnson hits a 4-point move on a reversal and 2 back points at the end of the period to make it 11-2. And Neil gets the fall at 152 pounds. So let's move up to 160 pounds. As it looks like you'll have the 70 mat on your mat with Dixon and Geiger. It'll be Felstuhl and Tevin Mole for Vinton-Shellsburg at 160 pounds.
Okay, Luke Dixon and Brandon Geiger. And this match just getting underway. Dixon tall, slender, Geiger a little bit stockier. They're out head-to-head.
Alec in on a shot, but has the head on the mat as he took it from far away. Still able to control the hips of Mole. Mole trying to whizzer out of it. No points awarded as of yet.
Yeah, Dixon went in on a shot, grabbed the leg, but he just hung on it, and Geigers came around behind now and got the 2 points.
And Felstuhl rolls through and gets the takedown to make it a lead of 2-0.
Geiger obviously much stronger, much more aggressive. He's got the ball and chain in right now. Very close to the edge of the mat. Now he grabs behind the arm, turns it into a tilt. Luke rolls on through, and so no point scored there. Still got but Geiger kept the ball and chain locked up. Now he comes up like he comes up into a suicide cradle here, but if he takes him that way, they'll go out of bounds anyway. So
Felstuhl with the 2-0 lead with 1:05 left here in the first period. Felstuhl working off to the side, steps over, got 1 count on the back. Mole able to get out of that. Mole gets back to his feet. Felstuhl able to control the head and keep control on the side of the mat, and they go out of bounds. And they're going to give Mole the escape as Felstuhl kind of threw him out of bounds, but ended up giving up control in the process of doing so. So with 53 seconds left in the first period, a 2-1 lead for Alec Felstuhl. Mole in on a shot. It ends up totally beneath Felstuhl. Still has control of the ankle. Alex trying to work through the crotch area. Alec trying to get the legs back in a situation like that, and it is Mole that's going to get hit for stalling because he was down on that ankle and just not working to improve. So 27 seconds left here in the period. It is a 2-1 lead for Felstuhl. Felstuhl restarts through that peek-through position, trying to lean back and get Mole into trouble here.
Oh, the Geiger tried to take Dixon back on top of himself, but Luke turned into him, and it looked like maybe he was going to score some points, but he ran out of time. So scored 2-0, 170 pounds, Luke Dixon behind Brandon Geiger.
And at 160, stalemate called as Felstuhl leads it 2-1 with 7 seconds left in the period. Alec with a nice double leg and getting a takedown to make it a 4-1 advantage as we go to period number 2.
Dixon, nice job standing up right on the whistle. Now he drops in on a leg, picks the leg up. Now he's got to move him backwards. Got to move him backwards. Got him up. Takes him back to the mat. gets a 2-point takedown. So he leads 3-2. Dixon, nice job of sticking the leg in, looking a little aggressive. Now he's got to put some pressure in that leg. He's got a leg in, trying to work an arm. Now he sticks the second leg in. Starting to, oh no, I don't like the looks of this. Trying to bring Geiger to his back. He just about pinned himself, and Geiger gets out of it for a reversal, makes it 4-3 Geiger. Now Geiger puts the legs in.
And here is Alec Felschel had a takedown of Mull to make it 6-1. Tried to get him on his back, but Mull able to work his way out of it. It's a 6-1 lead for Felschel with 1:17 left here in the second period.
Dixon on his knees now, just keeping a pretty good base, still just behind 4-3. Now starts to come up, but he gives up his arm, and Geiger tilts him right at the edge of the mat, and probably got 2 out of that. Looks like so far. Yep, 2 near fall, make it 6-3.
Felschel still leading 6-1 with 52 seconds left at 160 pounds. He did get a tilt, and he's got 3 back points waiting for him here. 45 seconds left in the period. Now double arm bar for Felschel, and now he's trying to step over. Has a lot of time to work with here if he can lock something up. Felschel trying to get Mull on his back. He already has the 3 back points awarded and has not escaped that hold to this point. Now Alec out over the head, has control of the head. The arm's locked up.
Luke got 2 points as he went out of bounds there to make the score actually 6-5.
And there's the fall for Alec Felschel. Felschel getting his first win of the season in a 3:46 fall over Tevin Mull of Vinton-Shellsburg.
So Luke's 6-5 on top, behind 6-5. Behind 5-6, and a pretty good job of riding on top. Oh, and I got too high, way too high. Got to get a leg in. He got the half through. Got to get the leg. Now he comes across. He got 2 near fall. Luke's on top, and by golly, he's got him on top. Got to stretch. Got to hook the legs. Had that Saturday night ride in if he'd have just got the legs, but now he comes up over the head, and he still got the half in. He's over the head. He's squeezing hard. Hey, he gets the fall. Luke Dixon with 9.5 seconds left in the second period pins Brendan Geiger while he's behind 5-6. What a match. I don't think I've ever seen Luke Dixon wrestle as well as he did there. Boy, when he gets on top, he is tough. And
back-to-back falls there for Decorah with Felschel and Dixon getting falls, and I believe Andy Lillegraven will get a forfeit here at 182. So let's move on at 195. Warren Rouse for Vinton-Shellsburg and Austin Keck, and Carter Zidlicki is going to get a forfeit, or so it appears too. So Carter starts with an undefeated night.
And so we'll have, looks like maybe Cole Hitting against Stevie Henry.
Next up at 285 pounds.
This Keck-Rouse matchup, this Rouse kid was probably one of the better football players in Class 3A District 3, I can tell you that much. Don't know a lot about his wrestling acumen, but he was a linebacker. Coach Post knew his number. So.
It helps to be a good athlete.
Exactly. Well, definitely.
It's hard not to be a good wrestler if you're just not a good athlete. And well, there are some things you can do to kind of help yourself a little bit. But here we go. Cole Hiddington against Stevie Henry.
No score yet between Keck and Rouse at 195. Here is Keck in on a shot, but his head is on the mat. Can't really improve from there as Rouse able to get the hips back to this point. He's sprawling back as of this point. He's on the center of the mat. Keck did get his head in a little low that time, but he kept charging in. Rouse got the hips back, but ended up getting off the mat. 45 seconds left at 195, no score. Decorah has taken a 24-15 lead in the duel. Falls from Felschel and Dixon at 60 and 70, and forfeits awarded to Lillegraven and Zidlicki at 82 and 220. And here's a takedown for Rouse with 27 seconds left in the first period. Rouse takes a 2-0 lead.
Hiddington and Henry are out here kind of forehead to forehead. which is a lot better than ear to ear, but they're in the collar elbow tie. And Huntington tries a little slide by there. Doesn't work. Henry squares up with him. A little too much ear to ear out here there. Now Huntington moves back into a forehead to forehead.
Keck able to get the escape on Rouse to make it 2-1 as we come to the end of the first period at 195 pounds.
Oh, not in on a shot, but we stopped and Henry come down on top of us. Henry looks a little bit heavier and he kind of scrunched us. So Henry leads 2-0 over Cole Huntington. Henry cuts him loose. They back their feet. Yes, the leg band came off, Huntington. I don't know why they just throw those aside. The heavyweights darn big, they hardly catch. And the referee hadn't figured out that the visitor is red. By now, he never will. There, he puts it in his pocket, so he caught on.
Minor details.
Yeah. They're back out there forehead to forehead now, banging away. The nice Huntington makes a shot to the outside. He tries to go in on the legs, but he left his arm out, and Henry went under the arm and whipped him to his back. And now Henry's got to get, he's up pretty much chest to chest, and he's got to lift our head up. But we look pretty flat from up here, and we are. And Stevie Henry gets the fall with 5 seconds left in the first period.
And at the second period at 1:17 left, Rouse has 4-1 lead on Austin Keck of Decorah.
Yeah, I see the coaches there telling him keep those elbows in. Now we're out here, Carter Weeks, Vinton-Shellsburg against Philip Idy. Both boys, Weeks might be just a little bit taller than Idy, but neither one of them look too powerful here. See what they can do. And shot at the leg by Idy, but way too far away. Come back to their feet. Ear to ear. Weeks tries to get underneath. Idy kind of tries to throw him to his back, but they go down on the edge of the mat. Ooh, the referee says they're both up, but it looked to me like Idy was down on top long enough to should have had two there.
Rouse still leading Keck at 195, 4-1 with 33 seconds left in the second period.
But I guess the referee figured if you really had to, you wouldn't be where you are now, which was on your feet. Idy tries to throw him to it, and he gets his two. Tried to throw to his back, didn't work. Picked up two, goes right into a tilt, and rolls him off from the edge of the mat. Philip Idy had 2-0 with a minute 24 left.
8 seconds left in the period here at 195, a 4-1 lead for Warren Rouse on Austin Keck. Decorah leading the duel 24-21. Let's give you a quick recap at 138.
Philip Idy riding pretty tough on top now. Got Weeks extended. Looking to tie an arm up.
At 138, it was Nick Highland of Vinton-Shellsburg with technical fall on Tom Kanoki of Decorah. 145, Court Johnson of Vinton-Shellsburg, a major decision on Isaiah Mitchell of Decorah. 152, Michael Neal of Vinton-Shellsburg with a fall on Cole Christopher of Decorah. 160, Alec Felstrel with a fall for Decorah on Tevin Mull of Vinton-Shellsburg. 170, Luke Dixon of Decorah with a fall on Brendan Geiger. At 182, Andy Lilligraven was awarded a forfeit. At 195, Warren Rouse right now leading Austin Keck 4-1. And Austin in danger of going on his back right now. At 220, Carter Zidlicki with a forfeit. At 285, Cole Huntington loses by fall to Stevie Henry of Vinton-Shellsburg. And at 106, as that's the match Dave's watching right now, Philip Idy with a 2-0 lead on Carter Weeks of Vinton-Shellsburg.
And he's been on top the entire second, or after the takedown, and he's just been pounding on him. Now he's going into a cradle. Looks like he might have it locked up, but there's no time left. And looked really good on top. Looked really good on top. This Weeks kid is not very good on the bottom, and they know it. They're deferring. We're going down, and I don't know. I know the score's only 2-0, but man, we did look dominant on top.
Well, and let's face it, Philip got ridden out in the first match against his opponent from Union LaPorte City.
Yeah. He's up on his feet pretty good, and now he hits a switch. Weeks tries to re-switch. He comes kind of up over the head. We've got the leg, though. And bending the knee, and we're going to get a restart.
By the way, Rouse has a 5-3 lead on Keck with 20 seconds left here in the period. As Rouse steps into Keck and puts Keck onto his back. Austin will fight off his back and only give up 2 back points there.
Yeah, but that was our fault. We tried a dumb throw.
A 9-3 lead for for Warren Rouse on Austin Keck, and that's the way it's going to end up at 195.
Yeah, that was off our throw, and we should have never tried it. Now we've got over here, Edie's down. He got out right away. He stood up, did real good. Now he's on top and trying to turn him, and we come across the face, and referee says you can't do that, Philip. And so makes the score 5-1.
And they're going to go down to one mat once again, so I can actually call you a broadcast partner.
Okay. Weeks tries to switch. Philip did a nice job of following him. Now he's on top. Got him broke down. Working to tie up an arm. And put a little more pressure. Now he's trying to reach through the crotch, grab ball and chain. They have it. He does. He's trying to ball and chain tilt. And Weeks is trying to grab a hold of his leg so he doesn't go over. He's kind of getting. Don't like to see. He lets the tilt go and just circles around the head, and now he's up over the head. Not quite chest. Got his chest over a little bit too far. Trying to work back. He's getting back points all the time though, so we know he's got another 3. And there now he settles in. Now he settles in nicely over the head. He's got 38 seconds left, and he gets the fall.
So a fall for Philip Edie in 2 minutes 23 seconds over Carter Weeks. So Clinton Hill and Joe Kanoki next in line for Decorah and Vinton-Shellsburg at 103. And that win gives Decorah a 30-24 lead on Vinton-Shellsburg. We have 3 matches left after the one that is just entering the mat right now between Kanoki and Hill.
Well, I'd like to see Joe do a little bit better than last time. Let's see what he can do.
Kanoki, I believe he was a 30-win kid last year, but
yeah, no, Hill took a shot from a long ways away, and then Joe just snapped his head down and came around behind him. Looked good. Now he's on top. Hill's kind of trying to turn turtle here. Now we've got the arm pulled across. We're going to a rib city, and he's like the boy's on his back. I think he's got a count of 2 there, and but we come over to an arm bar on the other side, and the referee isn't going to give us any points until we let this hold go. And now Weeks is here. Hill is on his back, and Joe needs to adjust back maybe a little bit chest, but he's got his 3 right now on the referee's fingers. Still a little high. Got to keep that arm from coming through. Can't let the arm through. Got to get a little better chest. Got to get the hips over. Now the hips come over, and Hill's trying to bridge out, but doesn't do it. And we get a fall. 58 seconds left.
And that'll give Decorah a 36-24 lead as Joe Kanoki picks up the 4th fall in this duel. The others belonging to Alec Felstrel at 160, Luke Dixon at 170, Philip Edie at 106, and Joe Kanoki at 113. Wes Hafner and Carter Hubka, the next matchup for Decorah. Vikes also got forfeits for Andy Lilligraven at 182 and Carter Zidlicki at 220 tonight.
And Hubka looked good last match. We'll see what he can do here against Wes Hafner.
I believe.
Oh, nice. In on the leg right away. Outside, head inside single. Picking the leg up. He went down before, went down to his knees. Now he comes up through the crotch, but comes out the back door. And he's got Wes Hafner down for 2.
And I believe Vinton-Shellsburg will be open at 132, if I'm not mistaken. And
yes, they will. Yes, they will be.
Hubka goes. Hubka and Hafner go out of bounds. It's 2-0 lead for Hubka. At 120 pounds. Vikings in this duel. Earlier tonight it was Decorah losing to the second-ranked team in 2A, Union LaPorte City, by 58-12 margin. Vikes got wins from Carter Zidlicki and Carter Hubka, both with falls in that match.
Carter with a spiral ride there. He's got him down on his back. Got a ball and chain now. Looking for ball and chain tilt. He's got, he's only got one count of one. What's the matter with him? And he's got to be counting now. Yeah, now he's counting. Yeah, he's just got two. I don't know why. He isn't three, but slow counter.
50 seconds left here in the period.
Now he comes under the arm, and he's chest to chest. He's got the fall.
Minute 15 fall for Carter Hubka. And the Vikes take a 42-24 lead.
Coming up 126, Devin Stortz against Braden Layton.
And Vinton-Shellsburg, Braden Layton.
Saw some good things out of Devin. He ended up losing 8-7 to his Union opponent earlier tonight. It's one of those matches that hopefully down the road Devin can win a match like that, because it's even Steven heading to the third period.
Yeah.
Just at that time, you just got to get it done. So.
Yeah, we've lost a couple matches just because we didn't kind of pay attention to the basics and know where we're at, know what time's left. Here we go, Devin Stortz and Braden Layton. Oh, down on a leg, Devin, and now over across to the far ankle, and he's got his two. Nice going across the ankle there and dropping him.
1:44 left here in the period. I believe this will be the last match of the night.
Yeah.
Because Vinton-Shellsburg is open at 1:32, so Wilkie will get a forfeit.
Yep.
The escape awarded there to Braden Layton, and Layton out around the head of Stortz, now reaching for the leg, but they go out of bounds with 1:30 left here in the first period. So a 42-24 lead for
nice
here in the duel.
Nice try for a slide by there and Stortz, but Layton squares up with him. Goes in. Layton has an arm tied up a little bit there. We come back to our feet. And then head to head. Oh, nice drop in on inside single, and then we're around behind him for two. Nice head inside single there. And come right up behind and dropped him. And now we're got an arm tied up, knee on the arm. Trying to get it up on the back. Layton's doing everything he can do to hold it underneath him. Now we've got it on the back, and we've got 40 seconds left. Now we come around the head. We're going to try to reach for the arm, put on a Hassman if we can, but now we're going to try to throw him over. Now we come on the other side, and we got him on his back. Guy lifted his arm up on the other side. Stepped across nicely. Got him on his back with chest to chest, and we could move back just a little bit. And now we got the fall. Good job.
39 on the fall for Devin Stortz, and with that, Decorah will take a 48-24 lead, and it'll end up 54-24 with the forfeit coming up at 132 pounds. So that'll do it for our night of wrestling. Always good to go to a high school sporting event and be done at 6:38.
6:38, I like that.
Not too bad.
You're going to get me home before my Christmas lights go out.
Well, let that be a warning for you, Jill. But nonetheless, let's recap this duel. Earlier tonight, it was Union defeating Decorah 58-12. Decorah wins this one by a 54-24 margin. At 1:38, Nick Island of Vinton-Shellsburg with tech fall on Tom Kanoki of Decorah. 1:45, Court Johnson, an 11-2 major decision over Isaiah Mitchell of Decorah. 1:52, Michael Neal with a fall on Cole Christopher of Decorah. 1:60, Alec Felstrel with a fall, and 3:46 over Tevin Mull of Vinton-Shellsburg. 1:70, Luke Dixon with a fall, and 3:51 coming from behind to defeat Brendan Geiger of Vinton-Shellsburg. Andy Littlegraven got a forfeit at 1:82. At 1:95, Warren Rouse of Vinton-Shellsburg with a 9-3 win over Austin Keck of Decorah. Carter Zidlicki got a forfeit at 2:20. At 2:85, Steve V. Henry with a fall over Cole Headington of Decorah. At 1:06, Philip Eady wins by a fall, and 2:23 over Carter Weeks of Vinton-Shellsburg. At 1:02, Joe Kanoki with a fall, and 1:02 at 1:13 rather, in 1:02 over Clinton Hill 120 Carter Hubka with fall in a minute 15 over Wes Hafner of Vinton-Shellsburg, and Devin Stortz of Decorah with fall in 139 at 126 over Braden Layton of Vinton-Shellsburg. Miles Wilkie getting a forfeit at 132. So the Vikes win this one 54-24 after losing to Union 58-12. Your final thoughts on this one, Dave?
Well, obviously it looks a lot better when you can win big, but of course Vinton-Shellsburg is nothing like Union. I was really impressed with Luke Dixon at 170 getting that fall. He, Luke has not really looked terribly good a lot of times, even last year on JV, but boy, when he got on top, he put it to him. He really put the hammer down. That boy can wrestle on top. He does a good job, and did a good job tonight. He's going to work a little more on his feet, but the way he wrestled on top, he should win some matches. Philip Eide, freshman, coming in, looked really, really good this match against Carter Weeks. I'm a little impressed with him, and of course Joe Kanoki picked up from last year. Been wrestled tough both matches.
All right, Dave, nice job by you for night number 1, and we'll look forward to another fun season of broadcasting wrestling here, and we'll get you home early tonight.
Hey, thanks, Darren. Enjoy every minute of it. You're great to work with.
Dave Omdahl exiting the broadcast. Many people to thank for making it possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring our coverage wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed our coverage of Decorah and Union and Vinton tonight. Union defeats Decorah by a count of 58-12. And in the second match of the night, it was Decorah defeating Vinton-Shellsburg by a 54-24 margin. Our next wrestling coverage will be a week from Friday night, as it'll be a double duel. Three duels that night. New Hampton, Owine, and North Fayette Valley will be at New Hampton. We'll have our coverage that night, I believe, starting just after 5 o'clock. And our next broadcast coverage of a tournament on Saturdays this year, we're going to do some webcasting, audio only via the internet, as we will have coverage of the Southwind Tournament coming up a week from Saturday. All of the schedule is available online in the sports section of KDECradio.net. So for Dave Omdahl, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from LaPorte City. It is Union winning 58-12 in the duel number 1, and Decorah coming back and winning 54-24. Thanks a bunch for tuning in, and we will talk to you again with high school boys basketball on Thursday night, as Decorah will be at Cedar Falls. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We'll talk to you again Thursday night.